when I think back at my youth, I can hear the plodding of a horse around the streets of New York City, and that the milkman would deliver milk to the door. We didn't have a refrigerator, we had an ice box. The world has changed tremendously, and I'm happy that Grandma and I have kept up with it. I was 11 years old. I was reading a book. It's called Beyond Chaos. The expansion of the universe was brand new idea. And I suddenly understood that this concept of God was too small. It was a tribal concept, and that it could not, nothing that we could conceive of could construct the universe that the astronomers were describing. And so I moved from animism to atheism. Grandma and I had a dog even before we were married. Dogs make us feel good. We are heroes to our dogs. And sometimes we don't live up to their expectations, but they love us anyhow. They make up for loneliness. They fill a void that you occasionally would feel if they weren't there to greet you when you come into the house and ask you to go out and stand there and be petted. Dogs are simply important, I think important for human beings. So I wondered how many people there were in this community of Rossmore had changed their family religious point of view to an atheistic one, and they felt lonely. I put a small ad in the Rossmore News, and 12 people showed up at a meeting. And then there were 25, and then there was 35. The word of mouth spread. And then we began presenting the programs that I presented to the group, and it grew. She's not here tonight, so I can tell you, when she wakes up in the morning and I take a look at her face, or hear what she has to say, my mood goes up or my mood goes down, depending on how she's feeling.
It's very difficult to be out there on your own with no group support. So in that respect, there's a comfort level of coming together here with people of like mind. And it's a reinforcement of one's own beliefs and non-beliefs.
We would like to know why you like coming to the meetings, why you hate coming to these meetings. That's never represented in this room, because you're here.
First of all, it's the caliber of the people. There's a high level of intelligence and interest in many various different things, and the people are not so much interested in you hearing them as they want to hear what you have to say, which is nice for a change. I think Richard is terrific. He's an absolutely wonderful man, very creative, and is very good at putting together programs, keeping the group together, keeping the group focused, and he gives of himself enormously.
Well, he's a very lovable person, for one thing. He has a lot of ideas. He's always coming up with new ideas, and he's usually open to ideas. And he kind of holds it together because he has an idea of where he wants it to go. I think that he gets a lot out of it, too. I think he gets as much out of it as anyone else.
I get satisfaction from that. This preparation that I do for the group keeps me intellectually alert. That with my reading in science keeps me alive. And the saddest thing about me dying is that I won't see the answers to some of the questions that I have about the world that I know in a couple of years will be answered, and I'm going to miss them. I'd like to know that the rational part of our being was treasured by others as it's treasured by me. And the increase of it is so important that I guess I have to call that the most important thing I'd like to transmit to others.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.